Good evening, Jessica. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? You can call me Jessie, by the way.
Oh, I'm very good. That's a very nice name. I have a friend named Jessie.
Oh, cool.
Very cool. So what are we in here to talk about today?
I guess I've been having a little bit of, I guess you would call it frustration, just with this program that I've been starting at school. I just recently started attending Humber College for a postgraduate degree.
Very cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. Or so I thought. So I started taking this program. It's in professional writing and communications, and so far, I've liked aspects of it, but there's been like a very heavy focus on journalism, which if I had wanted to get into journalism, I would have taken a journalism program.
Yeah, definitely.
And actually, I know that for a fact I don't want to go into journalism because in the past, I actually have taken a journalism program. So it's just a little bit frustrating that the program, which is professional writing and communications, has been so focused on journalism, which professional writing is more a business sector. And journalism can be part of that, but it's just a very small part. And I'm also really interested in communications. So just going into this program, I was really excited to learn about that and kind of find like a career out of that. And there's also a 3-month internship at the end, which is one of the reasons I took the program. But I guess I've just been feeling really frustrated with how the program's been going. And then also, I just had a meeting with my placement coordinator, and we talked about what kinds of placements I would like to get. And when I told her that I'm really interested in publishing and communications and marketing relations, she then suggested that I go and work for World Vision, which is a nonprofit organization and not actually anything that I had told her that I was interested in. Instead, she just showed me that just be based on the fact that I've been to church in the past, and that was on my resume because I'd helped in like youth groups and youth programs and things like that through churches. So it was just really frustrating because just because I've gone to church in the past and have helped out in youth programs doesn't mean necessarily that I want to do that for a living. And this program is like, I took it because I'm not like a kid anymore. Like I'm 24. Like I want to go into like start my career, right? Yeah. So it's just been really frustrating because I've been feeling unheard.
Definitely, I totally understand that frustration of just not having that respect back to you. From what I'm understanding so far, you're pretty frustrated because the program that you signed up for isn't actually the program that you thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Which is totally understandable. Also, you're feeling unheard and just kind of disrespected in the way that they're not really listening to what you are wanting to do in the future with the internship. So what would be the ideal outcome with this frustration and this problem? What would be your absolute ideal outcome?
Well, I guess I would like to actually just be heard and have my placement coordinator help me find an internship that actually is right for me and for my career goals in the future. Also, just for the program to shift into a more professional writing and communications field and stop being so journalism heavy. Yeah. I think that would definitely be my ideal outcome.
It sounds like you really have a very good view of the future and what you're wanting to do, and that's a really good thing to have, especially if there isn't really much structure with the things that's going on in the program.
Yeah. And it is an experiment. It's a little bit experimental because with the program, it's only in its second year, and so they've been asking us for a lot of feedback and things like that.
That's a good thing.
And it is like a little bit experimental at this time. So,
oh, that's very good then that you're wanting to go talk to somebody. So you have figured out. So what would be like the positive outcomes with that ideal outcome, that you being heard and everything? What would be the positive
Well, I guess the positive outcome of that is just I might stop feeling frustrated so much with the program. Also, just for my future career goals. Getting in touch with the right internship opportunities, that would be really helpful. And yeah, I guess those would be two of the positive outcomes.
What would be some like negative consequences?
I guess if I say I went and talked to somebody about these types of things, I guess they could come back at me and like tell me that this is what the program is and like I don't get to change that, and I just have to sit there and take it, and that would be really frustrating.
Definitely.
Just to, again, not be heard. So I think that it would just be a reiteration of the same feelings that I've been experiencing.
So you definitely are wanting to know what is going on in the future. So let's try and make a plan, maybe. What can be done to be able to fix this?
I do have a meeting next Thursday with my academic advisor. And she was actually sitting in on my meeting with my placement coordinator last time, just to get a feel for like how that went. And so during that meeting, I know that she's going to ask me for feedback on the program, because other people who've had their meetings with her have relayed that to me. So I guess I could go in with a few, like, some feedback prepared, in order to kind of tell her like my frustrations, and like obviously tell her what I do like about the program, but also just explain to her like that I'm feeling like it is very journalism heavy, which is frustrating when it is a communications post-grad as well, which is not journalism at all. And so I could go into that and kind of give her some feedback on how I'm feeling about the program in itself, and then also maybe explain to her just some things, my frustrations about not being heard during my interview with my placement coordinator as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a really good plan to have, and it's a good timeline. It's soon. I also really like that you're very intentional with that, and very intentional with what you're wanting to talk to her about, and I'm sure she will be too. So
hopefully.
Yes, very, very hopefully. So it sounds like you have a very good plan. So how about in 2 weeks' time you come back and you let me know how it goes, and if it doesn't work out the way that you want it to, then we can figure out a plan together.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good night.